Today is dentist day. So we have the dentist coming out for 11 horses. It's going to be a busy day, isn't it, HR? Yes. Getting your teeth done, getting microchipped. So are you, little grey? Yeah, you. I'm talking about you. And little Precious in the back is getting her teeth done. Yeah. Hey. 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 You're a silly boy. You're a silly boy. He's so dirty. It's so gross. Hey, little grey. What you doing? What you doing, kids? Hey? It is, I can't even remember, but boots! Precious is going to have her boots on for the first time, and she's also going to have her saddle on for the first time, so let's get started.
you gonna ride it with it? Just go around. You need me to come around? You don't need me to come around? You're not going to be long, are you? can heat the chips up in the microwave anyhow. I can heat the chips up in the microwave anyhow. Is that it? Or not? Yep. That was good. She did really well.
So this is the next day, and it's the first day I plan to ride her with her saddle on. So I'm just doing a bit of warm up with her. I'm just making sure that she knows how to turn and stop, and she's comfortable with me doing the basic stuff that she knows how to do before I even try and get on her. You will notice that she is a little bit wet, and that is because she didn't want to be caught, so she was bolting around like a silly horse, and she got very sweaty with her rug on, so I gave her a quick hose down. So she's not sweaty, she's just wet from the water. She did really well then with the first kind of like stepping up in the stirrup. So I'm just making sure she's okay with me patting all over her, patting the saddle, and I'm making sure that she's okay with me stepping up in that stirrup beside her. So I've only ever ridden her bareback so far, and when I do ride her bareback, I use something to get on so I'm not stepping up beside her like this. So it's a good little experience for her. And she's really calm, so I felt confident to sit on her. I know that she's really good with me riding her, so I wasn't too worried about the riding side of things. I thought if she was going to react to anything, it'd just be the sound of me in the saddle. So you can see me moving around a lot, talking to her a lot, just making sure that she knows I'm up there and she knows that I'm in something a little different. But she does really well. I was really super proud of her. So you saw just then that she stopped and she had a little moment. That is totally fine. I really liked that all she did was when she got a little bit nervous of something that she saw or whatever, she stopped and thought about it. She didn't react in a bucking way, which she has done previously, like not a full-on buck, but when she used to get nervous, her first reaction was kind of to buck and spin around a bit. So I'm really loving that she's thought through that process and she now decides to just stop and stand still. We can work on forward movement in the future, but I'm always, if a horse gets nervous of something, I'm always really wanting them just to stand still and think about it. I don't want them to react and buck and bolt because that makes a really unsafe horse. So I'm actually really proud of her. I do just want to point out as well that we are playing around with the new camera. So if you see the ground a little bit, don't be too worried, but we are just trying to work out how to use the camera properly. And my beautiful mum, who is my videographer for most of the videos you see, is just having a little difficulty. It likes to film the ground a little bit, but the camera is working better, so we'll get better videos. So whenever I ask for trot, I'm always just asking for that little bit of try. There she did a little tiny trot and then she stopped, which I'd much rather her stop than get scared and buck. And then she gives me a bit of a better trot, which I reward. Whenever I'm asking for forward, I'm always making sure that I'm not pulling on her face. I'm not trying to give her mixed signals, so I'm making sure my reins are loose and relaxed, so she has clear signals that I'm asking for forward and not stop. At this stage of the training, I'm also not too worried about how she's going around. I'm just worried that she's going forward and that she's relaxed and confident and that she knows I'm up there and everything's going fine. So this is the next day, and I'm just going to get on her and ride her and give her a bit of more miles under saddle, just make sure that she's comfortable with me being up there before I do anything else with her. But she's now graduated to saddling down near my tack shed, so she gets tied up at the hitching rail and then gets saddled up like a normal horse. And I have done a bit of groundwork with her before, but I didn't get any video of it. So if you want to know what I do in the groundwork, you can watch the previous videos because they're all there. You did just see me do a little bit more of work with her, just making sure that she still knows her turning aids and her whoa and go just before I get up on there. And she did it really well, and she stood really well for me to get on, which was really nice. And now I'm just making sure she knows I'm up there and making sure she's comfortable with me being up there, and then I'm going to ask her to go forward. We had some really bad winds on Thursday night, so that tank that you see laying down behind us was actually up on that pedestal and the wind blew it off. So we have that on the ground at the moment, just waiting to move it somewhere. So she's been doing really well walking around. I do just want to point out that when she stops, I am taking them as she's not quite confident and she's a little bit nervous. So every time she stops, I'm just going to take the opportunity to move around a bit more and be a bit louder just to get her comfortable with me being up there. And just to really make sure that she is okay with me moving around, because when we start trotting and cantering, I'm going to be moving around a lot. And I don't want her to get scared at any time and resort to bucking or bolting. It's all just about preparation work. So today my main focus was to firstly make sure that she was comfortable with me being up there again, making sure that the day before wasn't a fluke, and also to work on our trot a little bit more, make sure she was comfortable trotting, and also to see how long we could get the trot for, which she does really well, and we got a few good trot circles of the arena out of her, and she was nice and forward, and I didn't have to keep asking her to go forward all the time, which was nice, and I was really proud of her. She did really well. So I was super proud of her for that day. She did really well. We're just going to work on our back up a little bit. And we'll leave the session there for the day. She did super well. Now we're on to Sunday. So this is the last day of the week, and I took one of my thoroughbreds out for a lesson at the local kennel club. So I thought it'd be a great experience for Precious to come out for a float trip and to have a look around. So before this, I was doing my lesson with my thoroughbred. So my mum was actually walking around with Precious, getting her used to the surroundings and letting her look at everything, which was really great for her. So when it came to getting on, I did a little bit of groundwork, which she was totally fine with, and I pretty much hopped on straight away because the weather was turning really bad. So you can see kind of that the wind has picked up and it was raining, and the rain was more like sleet, which is really hard and heavy and horrible, and it was freezing. But I loved how calm she was. Like, she's super calm, super relaxed, even though the weather's gross. My thoroughbred was also in a yard over the back behind us, and he was carrying on a little bit, but she didn't mind at all. So I was just going to take her out and do a bit of walk and a bit of trot and just really see how she went. I wasn't going to introduce anything new. I wasn't planning to do anything really spectacular with her because of the weather, but she was doing so well that we do end up cantering a bit later in the video. She has her first canters here, and yeah, I'm just really proud of how she went. So I was super happy with Precious in her first outing. She was awesome, she was super calm, she loaded up onto my float brilliantly both times. She did some awesome canters. This is her last this is her last canter of the day. I was super proud of her. And this is pretty much where I left her for the day, so she did great in a windy, rainy weather out at a new place. And yeah, I'm just super proud of the progress she's been making, and I hope to keep sharing this with you. So if you haven't done so already, give us a like and a subscribe because it really helps me out. Thanks guys, and see you next time. Bye!